I'm Shivaji Choudhary. I'm from Kota, Rajasthan. I'm a vitiligo patient. I'm the founder of Vitiligo India on Instagram and the founder of Be Hatke. So people keep asking me what is vitiligo. Basically this. These are basically white patches all over my body. It can happen to anyone, anywhere, at any age, any gender, any race for that matter. At least 1% of the population in the entire world faces this problem and they have vitiligo. At the same point of time, the rest of the 99% of the population of this world do not understand what this concept is. This is actually not really a skin disease, it's more of a societal problem where it's basically the depigmentation of our skin. I wish I knew the cause, I wish I knew the cure. There is none. So people with this face a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety levels, different anxiety levels in terms of how to face the world. People are stared upon 24/7. The moment I go out of my house, I'm stared upon so differently, mostly in disgust by the way. But at the same point of time, it has to be me who will fight all of this, who has to, as I have to live in this world. When you're 24/7, you're like constantly stared upon. I have to make my own path, I have to make my own way. Yes, I am confident enough to face the world and do things the way I want to do. But at the same point in time, I want to be the voice of the people who are still so scared, so ashamed and so embarrassed that they do not even step out of their houses. At the same point in time, you will also see there are people who are coming up and embracing what they have. And it has taken me a long time to be in this situation that here I am and I'm trying to tell you that this is what it is. And I got bullied just like everyone else. I got stared upon, I got suicidal tendencies just like anybody else. Like I said, people go through a lot of depression in this kind of a problem. Appearance in today's world is probably the number one thing what people look at. We talk about digital life, we talk about selfies. I mean, just imagine if I take a selfie with a camera right now. I mean, there's a white patch right here. How odd it looks, and the problem is that people are going to hate it. There is a problem here where you talk about embracing someone's lifestyle, their problems and stuff, but we still are so shallow and so narrow-minded that we are still not able to come up with better solutions for people who have this. This is an awareness campaign which I've been wanting to do for a really long time, and I'm really thankful that I'm able to do it now. And there are so many people who come up to me and ask me, how do I deal with vitiligo? How do I have the confidence to face the world where they're trying to suppress me and the others? My solution for you all is basically you have to live your life. Nobody else is going to help you with this. It is your life. Nobody else will come and say this is what you have to do. No, you have to find your own path. It is about motivating yourself, keeping yourself busy doing your own things, not to worry about things. It is all in your head, by the way. You stand in front of the mirror, that's where the reality hits you. Like for a moment you think you're a model, for a moment you think you're an actor or a book writer or whatever. But at the same point of time, reality hits you hard when you see the mirror. The problem in our society is that I'm helpless in this. I mean, I'm looked in a manner that as if I'm a thief, that I did something wrong. I never did anything wrong. I mean, it can happen to anyone. Somebody sitting in the next room, they can get it. I got it when I was 9 years old. I was also trying to learn life in a very different way, just like everybody else at that age. But then I was called names. I mean, I will give you examples of teasing, man. Like people used to call me Dalmatian or zebra for that matter, because I have white patches. It is not even my fault. Yeah, so this is what it is. Like, we have it. People get bullied all the time. They have really depressing life. Because first of all, they feel extremely lonely because, we talk about having parents, about a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a husband or a wife for that matter. But at the same point of time, they will be there to support you. No doubt, they will give you a kiss, they'll hug you and they say that they understand it. but trust me, it's a very lonely life. It's such a concept where that you perceive life is so differently that they will never understand what it is. And at the same point in time, it makes it even more challenging, because it's all about connecting with people. So we are so disconnected because we know that you guys will see us so differently that you don't know how it would be. So like I told you, that I was so bullied that at the same point in time, there were times where if there was somebody else who had vitiligo, I was ashamed of standing or be close to the person who has vitiligo also, because you made me hate myself. You made me hate the problem. Like in one of my Instagram posts, I posted a picture with a Dalmatian where I said, you basically made me hate a dog breed for no reason. So, I mean, it's such a challenge where you're trying to live a life where you talk about peace and harmony and this and that. I mean, it just shatters all this drama about what the whole fake life is about. Because at the end of the day, people call us ugly, people call us zebra or whatever, you know. So it is sad, and at the same point in time, people at an early age who get this have more problems in life as compared to the rest of them, because they go through this at a very early age, which is something you're trying to learn new things. Like I got it when I was 9, so I'm like, I didn't even hit puberty, man. Come on, give me a break. So at the same point in time, it makes me so vulnerable, as I'm helpless. Like I don't know where to go. Who do I go to? Like there is no place where I can get a counseling session, or you know. I mean, and in India, we anyway preach the being white. You know, by being white I mean the fair and lovely concept and all of that. So it basically shatters so many societal fake life that it makes me really sad that this is what it is. So nobody can really, my maturity level, because I have vitiligo, is so high in terms of the societal concepts in what we live, which is extremely sad. So yeah, I'll give you a perfect example. In a country like India, where you believe you have so many superstitions and myths about life and how karma and curse. So basically, there's a girl in Delhi who messaged me recently, and she told me her story with vitiligo. She told me that her dad used to basically lock her in the house, in her own house, whenever there was somebody. That somebody could be a relative, it could be your neighbor, it could be friends, but she was not allowed to see them, because her dad thought that that's a curse on her and that is going to bring negativity in the house. So because of that, that woman, that girl, that young girl is so isolated in life that she cannot share it with anyone. She doesn't have anywhere to go until and unless she hides it. Her dad is not ready to listen to her vitiligo problem properly. All he does is locks her up, and it is so bad. It is so bad. We talk about freedom and we talk about the greatest of stories about, you know, from rags to riches to whatnot. And look at this. Look at this. And the irony is that her dad owns a diamond and jewelry business. Just imagine. Such narrow-minded people, and this is what people in India, and I'm sure that they face a problem, something similar over there as well in different parts of the world. I just basically shared when people come up to me and ask me about all these problems and how to tackle it. Like now I get a little hesitant in terms of getting crossfired, because I cannot invade someone's family, I cannot invade someone's personal life, right? But at the same point in time, I tell them that this is your life, you have to do the way you want to do things. Like just imagine if I was locked up by my father or by my family. I mean, I know how I would feel. You're a prisoner, like you're born to get jailed in your own house. Are you serious? This is what we have come to? So I want to help these people, and I want to make people aware about this vitiligo problem, that it is not just some white patches on the skin, it is such a dilemma, it is such a societal problem that we have a burden on ourselves which we cannot even overcome. At least in the society, it can only happen through our mind. And my biggest advice is, the number one advice I always give is that you have to help yourself and nobody else. So let's have some fun, okay? I'm going to take you on a tour with me. I'll show you how I spend a day, a general day living, alright? So let's start with basics. I go to a barber shop once a week, and so many people sitting there just stare at you, and in fact the barber as well at times look at you in disgust and inquires about what's on my face while shaving. As I travel to different cities, I meet so many different people and I get asked about my white patches, and suddenly they are all disgusted and treat you differently. And I'm like, wow, like this is what you have for me in life? These are just day-to-day things in my life, you know. After that, I want to hang out with my friends at a roadside coffee, and you usually meet people who are workers from villages and passerbys. They have no idea what vitiligo is, and as they think it's a sin or a bad karma, and they look at you in such disgust that they probably don't even want to serve you coffee themselves and send somebody else, as if I'm a living disease. So basically, the moment you step out of your house, people will stare at you and you know it. So I have accepted that fact. And for an example, you're in a crowded place. People will probably make fun of you, and you know, let's say there are 2-3 people sitting together, and they will probably be like, hey, look at him. And all you can do is ignore at times, you know, and just be. You get sick and tired of such behavior around you all the time, but you're left with no choice. And I will never stay silent or be suppressed. And this is my next challenge, to uplift the people who have this problem and educate the general public. Hope people understand how awkward it is and have anxieties when you just keep staring and feel disgusted about vitiligo. So guys, this was one of the episodes we made in terms of awareness and helping patients who have vitiligo. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm going to keep supporting you guys, and I'm going to come up with a lot more videos related to this. You guys should check out our YouTube, Instagram and Facebook.